We better. You know the deal is. Make sure you go subscribe, like, and comment on all the previous videos.
Go do that.
Make sure you repost for us. Make sure you keep showing love to us. But today we got something special for you. As you see, something different, somebody new.
Yeah, you probably wondering who that is.
Who this? Who this?
And
cute
we
little
finna
boy?
get to explaining
who that is. But you know, today's gonna be different. So we gonna let
I'll just tell the story.
Bricky Poo, go ahead and explain what's going on today.
I'll tell the story, and
we're
gonna just.
While she explains.
And when it's your time, you can speak on how you.
I'm gonna speak on how I feel.
And how your family felt at the time as well.
Trust me.
Today we're gonna be talking about the time when I was 15 and pregnant. Alright. So we're gonna be talking about how I found out and how my parents found out. So I found out because I was on my period, and then after, after your period goes away and you start getting that weird looking discharge after, I was getting like this pinkish looking discharge, and I was like, this ain't normal. And I just had a gut feeling. I was like, man, I'm probably pregnant. And this was around the beginning of November in 2016. Okay, so
that was our freshman year.
Yeah, of high school. So after that, I was like, I gotta take a pregnancy test. So I had told my dad to take me to the store. He didn't know none of this. I was just keeping it a secret the whole time. So he had took me to the store, and I had made up a little excuse on why I needed to go, and I just got 2 cheap pregnancy tests to see if it was really true.
From where?
The dollar store. But listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. I didn't have no job at the time. Girl was broke. That's okay though. So I went to go get the test, and then I was just sitting in the restroom. I took it, and I just started crying, bruh. I just started crying. I was just like, what the heck? I was like, what the? I was so shocked. I didn't know what I was gonna do or anything, but the first thing in my head was tell your boyfriend. This little nigga. So I had told him, and he was very surprised. He was kind of mad, because it wasn't really planned. When I told you on Instagram, you was mad.
I wasn't mad.
What was you then?
I was just shocked. I was like,
let me see.
Oh yeah, I was like, let me see. I was like, I have to see. I mean, I'm not just gonna believe you like that. You want to show me some proof. Come on now.
So then, after that, we hid the pregnancy for 2 months straight. It was 2 or 3 months. Because we was just we was so young as man. We was so scared to tell our parents.
Nigga,
I was scared
so
scared because I was my parents gonna kill me. But
I was gonna say something. I was gonna tell my parents, and I was gonna say something. And she was like, no, don't say nothing, please, don't say nothing.
Also, I didn't want nobody trying to get me to abort the baby and stuff, because even though I was pregnant at a young age, I didn't want to kill the baby, because abortion, like, that is like basically killing the baby. Like, we did what we did, and we just have to
Be
grow and
responsible.
live with our baby and be responsible as parents. So my parents did find out in January, the first week of January, that
He hyped too.
he is hype.
He hyped.
He had a big donut.
He hyped. He hyper.
So it was like, he kind of scared me too, no cap. So it was like that Friday or Saturday of the first week of that year. So
Family over. Our bad on that. But I heard family over, so it's kind of loud.
all right, so my parents had found out at that time because, like, my dad had noticed, like, I haven't got my period and stuff, and I was just acting stupid at the time. And he was asking me, like, Brick, are you pregnant? And I was like, yes, I think so. And then he said, oh my gosh, Brooke. My dad was mad. And then, but he wasn't as mad as my mom, though. And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna go, like, buy some pregnancy tests so we could see if it's, like, actually true. So he had came back with the pregnancy test and things. And then when he came back, we went in his room, in my mom's room, and I had took them. Mind you, I had already knew. I was just playing dumb at the time. Like, I don't know, I might be, I might not. So then, like, when I took the test, it came back positive, like, really fast. So I just put him on the counter like he told me to, and I walked out the room. I went to my room, and then he called me back into his room, and then he was like, you're pregnant. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. He was like, did you tell Andrew? And I tried to pretend like, oh, let me call him. Then you remember when I called you?
Yes. Yes.
And then what did you say? No, my dad fake, because he was acting cool at the time.
Yeah, he was fair. And but he gonna see this, but Mr. David, that's my boy for sure. That's my boy. He know he my boy.
And then he was just like, I don't know how you gonna tell your mom. So that's when I had got scared, and I was just like, don't tell her. I want to tell her myself. And the next, like, 2 days later, he came in the room, Brooke, your mom wants you. I'm just like, my heart dropped so fast. She said, bring your phone too. I said, let me hurry up and start deleting stuff. I said, So I had hurried up and I had started deleting all this stuff, messages, everything, talking about it and everything, just acting like I just found out. But my mom's smart though. She got all the messages back and she was reading all of them, and I got in even more trouble. And then she called me into the room, and then she was like, is it true that you're pregnant? And I'm like, yes. Like, all shy acting. I'm just like, yes. But I wasn't laughing. Like, it was not funny at the time. Like, I was so scared she was going to get up and, like, hit me or something. But then, he good. So then, where was I?
Talking about something you wasn't scared.
Oh yeah, she was sitting in bed, like, it was so scary. Like, she was sitting in bed, like, she was so mad. She was like, so, you know we ain't having no babies in that house, so you was gonna have to abort it. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to do that. I was like, I said, I want to keep it. And she was like, you want to keep it? And I was like, yeah. And she said, we going to the doctor, like, to see how far along I was and stuff. And then I was just, like, very depressed at the time. Like, when I had went to the doctor, I was like, I think I was like
3 months. You was 3 months.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months at the time. And my mom was just like, not trying to say my mom was a bad person or anything, but she wanted me to abort the baby because she was like thinking about, like, my future and stuff, and she thought, like, that'd get away of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so young at the time. Mind you, I was 15 years old. Like, I was very young at the time. So we just had, like, conversations and stuff about it, but I kept with my heart, and I was like, I want to keep the baby. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna keep the baby. Like, cause I really don't believe in abortion. Like, I think that is really wrong. Like, I just couldn't. And I feel like after I would have did that, even if I would have came to grips and I would have did that, stop. If I would have came to grips and I would have really did that, I would have really regretted it in the future. So I was just like, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna just be responsible and own up to the responsibility. So I couldn't see my boyfriend for about 4 months. We haven't seen each other, and I was trying to sneak and talk to him and stuff. Like, it wasn't like
5 months.
it wasn't.
It was 5 months.
It was
December, January, February, March, April.
It was 4 because I was talking to you in December. It happened in January.
I was in Colombia, remember?
So I was still talking to you though.
You was talking to me all 5 months. We just couldn't see each other.
Oh yeah. My parents didn't know that. But
She was
we were
texting
talking
me
anyway.
She was texting me through a trap phone. She was texting me.
But we was like communicating anyway, but it wasn't the same. Like, we couldn't see each other or anything. But the last time that I did see him was for my doctor's appointment to find out like the gender of the baby and stuff. So his family was there, my family was there. It wasn't like really no bad energy in the room. Like, everybody was like kind of happy. But I was just laying there, and then there was just like, I was like, hopefully it's a girl. And then I was like, dang, I think I see a penis. And then I was like, it's a boy. And then I was kind of upset, but I was happy though, because it's a healthy baby. And I was like, boys are cute too. I'm just gonna dress him up all cute still. And I was just happy still. And these were like the pictures from the ultrasound. I could see.
You see, he had a big head.
Yeah, he always had a big head.
And now look at this boy. He got a dumper. Dumper head, boy. You got that dumper head.
Don't do him. Period. And then this is the one where it was like, he was a boy. Y'all get the drift. But after that, basically what happened was we started like slowly seeing each other again, and just like regaining like the connection and stuff that was lost, like when we wasn't seeing each other. And then soon, like a few months after that, soon our little baby came, our little baby boy. And it was the happiest day of my life because I love him to death and I wouldn't trade him for anything. This is my baby right here.
It's Aiden.
It's our little baby Aiden. He got a long name. I don't think I want to say the whole name on here. Y'all gonna join me.
Man, I don't care. We finna say it. Go ahead.
It's Aiden, Ari, Andrew, Oriwela, Matthews.
Yeah, Funny. He got them long names, you know what I'm saying?
This is our little baby right here.
He's a little baby boy. Let me school him up. He being bad, so I had to give him my phone. He a handful, but look, baby. Look, say hi. Say hi. You not finna say hi? You being mean? Say hi. Look, wait for them. Say hi.
Say what's up, BNA gang.
Say what's up, BNA gang. No, he'll get there. Don't worry, he gonna get there.
Right, he'll warm up.
He'll warm up.
Like, he's really like a happy baby. Like, he's energetic. He has a personality on him. He can be a little mean sometimes, but overall, he is not like a sweet baby.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. But you know what I'm saying? He's gonna grow up. He's gonna
baby.
get all the ladies.
He ain't finna grow up. He my baby.
I'm gonna teach him how to get smooth with it. But
sit down. But how did your parents feel at the time?
But all right, let me go ahead and explain real quick. She already got all the fundamentals, all the basics down, so I'm just gonna plug in whatever. So basically, like she said, she told me she was pregnant, and I mean, I'm a guy, so I was gonna react like let me see the test, let me see you for real pregnant. And I mean, when she showed it to me, I mean, I was like, damn. My heart dropped. I was like, damn. I gotta take grown folks' decisions now. I gotta man up. I gotta start working. I gotta start providing. I gotta start saving money. I gotta start getting him things. I gotta start getting clothes. Like, I was thinking all that in my head, so I was like, damn. All right, so at first it hit me, and you know, it made me go through a little rebel stage. Not even gonna lie to y'all. It made me go through like doing things I really wasn't supposed to be doing. It just Oh, you see, man, he's not forgetting it either. But yeah, it made me go through things I didn't really want to go through and stuff like that. And you know, I put my parents through hell. But they, at the time, they didn't know what was going on. They were just like, "Why you acting up? Why you acting a fool?" I didn't let them know. You know, she was pregnant. Time went by. My family ended up going to Colombia in December. And when we was in Colombia in December, like literally the same day we were flying back to Miami, our connection flight to Miami, is when her mom found out. And she texted me real quick and was like, my parents found out. So mine still was like, shit, I don't want her parents to tell mine. I don't want to tell my parents. So I blocked her mom off my mom messages, Snapchat, all that. But I forgot Facebook. I forgot Facebook. Man, how I forget Facebook? I forgot these people, they old, so they got Facebook. So we got to Miami. When we landed on Miami, a couple days went by. My mom finally checked her Facebook, and you know we was getting ready to hop in the car, getting back to drive up back to the A. And
busybody.
He being a busybody. Go ahead, hold on real quick. Yeah. But we was getting ready to drive back to the A, and my mom seen her Facebook before we dipped out. She seen her Facebook Messenger, and she came up to me and was just like, she pulled me aside and was like, why Brooke mom talking about something? She got to talk to me. What's going on? I want you to tell me if there's something I need to know instead of somebody else telling me. So I went ahead and I was like, in my head, I was like, fuck it. I got to go ahead and do it. I got to man up and say it. So I was like, I got to tell you something, Mom. She was like, what's going on? I told her, I was like, so I got something to tell you that I've been hiding for a couple months. And she started tearing up. And she was just like, Brooke's pregnant. And I was like, and I stood quiet and I looked at her. She said, ay Dios mío. I was like, that means, oh my God. Like, and I was like, yeah. She was just like, Andrew, I told you with protection, blah, 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 blase, blase. And I was like, yeah, I know I messed up, but she was just like, how long she been pregnant? Why ain't trying to say nothing? Y'all could have give her this tea, and it would have just made everything go away before it was even formed, all that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, she been pregnant since like October, November. And my mom was like, she was just like, well, what do you have in mind? And I was like, I want to keep it. I want to man up. I got to do what I got to do. I want to have a family. I mean, I was the one that decided to do things at an early age, so I got to man up and do what I got to do. She gave me a hug and she said, she looked at me in my eyes and she said, I'm never going to turn my back on you, and I never will, no matter what. And I looked at her and I said, I love you. I gave her a hug, and she told me, you want to tell your dad. So, we was in the car, we got in the car, we started driving. Keep in mind, I got two little siblings. They fell asleep, and then my mom turned the music down in the car and was just like, go ahead and tell your pops. So he was like, what's going on? Why y'all been acting weird? And I was like, he was just like, go ahead and tell me what's going on? You gonna be your dad or something? I was like, yeah. Like, you gonna be a grandpa. And he was just like, what? He took off his hat. He started scratching his head. He was driving. He was quiet for like 10 minutes. And you know, I ain't never really seen my dad cry, like, until I told him. I seen teardrops come out his eye, and he was just like, I told you if you was gonna be doing that. I told you, I talked to you about that. Be wearing protection. You don't listen. You was gonna do things your way, blase, blase. And then I was like, yeah. And then he was like, ain't that much I can tell you right now, but man up. He was like, man up. Put your trust, your heart, everything in the Lord's hands. Make sure you take care of your family. Make sure you take care of that baby just like I took care of you and your little siblings. Make sure you put God in his life. Make sure y'all put God in y'all lives before y'all even start raising the baby. And I was like, yes, sir. And then, you know what I mean? They wasn't happy at me, but I mean, they were happy that I had him. But they were happy that I had they had a grandson on the way. You know, it's just,
my family came happy like towards like the end, like towards like the last months basically, and but they were like really happy like when he came, like they love him to death. Like, he's really a blessing to everybody. He makes everybody happy.
But yeah, my parents, they was basically happy from the jump. They was just upset with me, but they was always thinking about, oh, the baby. They was telling everybody, telling the whole family. The whole family was like, damn, I'm gonna be a dad. They was joining me for a quick minute, and then after like a month or two, they were just like, damn, you know, you gonna be a dad. What you gonna do? Blah blah blah. You know, what's his name gonna be? Like, what's her, him? Like, what y'all have in mind? It's like, I mean, I want a baby boy. So, you know, man, I was on my knees like every day praying for a baby boy. I was like, Lord, I want a baby boy. Lord, I want a baby boy. Lord, I want a baby boy. He answered my prayers. I mean, so I thank the Lord for him. I thank the Lord for Brooke. I thank the Lord for her family. For, you know, it was hard. It was hard at first and stuff like that, but you know, they finally came through, and you know, they trusted me to still be with their daughter and still be here with Aiden. And I mean, I wasn't never gonna leave regardless. I was gonna stick it through. I told Brooke, I was like, I mean, you get pregnant, they gonna want to move you away.
And we did move away. We moved like far away, but
almost like an hour and a half away. But
he still comes
that didn't
there
stop
and
me.
He visits us all the time.
It didn't stop me, and I knew that's what her mom wanted to do. I knew she was just like, well, let's move far away. He not gonna come and visit and stuff like that. But I still did it. I love her. I told him from the jump, I was like, I love your daughter. I love Aiden. I'm not gonna stop coming. Like, that's not gonna stop me. Distance is nothing. Do whatever I gotta do to come see y'all. So that's what I be doing now. And I mean, since the day he was born, I've been happy. But yeah, it's been a busybody for me, cause you know what I'm saying, I've been working from job to job, trying to figure out what I wanted to do and stuff. And you know, I finally found a job, finally working a steady job, and just been chilling, providing. But that's just my message. My message to y'all is for the guys that become young fathers is like, once you find out that you finna be a dad, don't wussy out. Don't be a whole female body. Man up, take responsibility, be there for the baby moms, even if y'all not finna continue as boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case is. And make sure you be there for your son, cause you don't want your son growing up without a father figure. That just ends up being bad for the kid. You know, he ends up doing stupid shit, juvenile, delinquency, all that. Especially if you a minority group, Hispanic, Black, whatever it is, it affects you a lot. So make sure you're always there for your son or daughter, whatever the case is. That's just my message to y'all.
Like, for the young girls out there, like, if you struggling or if you ever need somebody to talk to, that my Snapchat will be down in the description box and my Instagram, and y'all can hit me up anytime and I will respond back, because I know how it is to not have nobody to talk to about that's going through like the same situation. So my message to you guys out there that are going through the same situation or has been through a similar situation is, don't give up. All because you have a baby at a young age doesn't mean that you can't succeed in life, doesn't mean that you can't do what you've been wanting to do, what you have been dreaming of ever. You can still do whatever you want to do, whatever you dream to do, you can still do it. And that's my message to y'all.
Martin Luther King had ass.
Don't do me. But anyways, that's my message to you guys.
But that's it. That's the surprise for y'all. But we gonna let y'all know it's BNA gang. Now with Aiden, he finna be in it. He finna be T. Let them know you finna be T.
Period.
Say hey. Say BNA gang.
Period.
Hey. But y'all know what the deal is. It's BNA gang, BNA family. What's going on? We out.